Here, she wanted to sink her teeth into that tasty beef, that hunk of a beef of a man, of a T-bone, a juicy, bloody sirloin. After my father, that tasteless, odorless, colorless piece of chicken, she wanted to taste a real man. A real man. Call me Dad! You had to spoil it, didn't you? You were doing so well. The cowboy and the crow, funny. Mr. Anderson was right. You could have gone far if you would have just stopped brooding over the past. So what? So he beat us. It was your fault. It was his fault. You used to talk back to him. Should have made him laugh, then he would have been nicer. Still, I don't understand why you had to talk. Bring it up. Well, opposed to him, I ignored the beatings. Didn't hurt me at all. I even welcomed them with understanding. It's in the Bible. He who spares the rod hates his son, stepson. And still, the main question you're not answering is why did you kill our mother? I know, but you're constantly, stop interrupting. What I wanted to say about this pantomime piece is I did it as well at school. Of course, with a different ending. Mr. Anderson really liked it. You can imagine how many times he poked his finger into my chest. It was great. I couldn't lift my arm for a week. Anyway, after the show, we all parted in the parking lot. My friends had already gone. And the custodian asked me, do you need a ride home? And I said, no, my mother's coming to get me. And she did. 4 hours later, at 6 o'clock. Well, she probably forgot. Well, that's what she said. She had gone to school to substitute for a teacher who had fallen ill. Well, it happens. But she got off at 4, 2 hours before she came to get me. Well, she got caught up in traffic. When she came, I smelled alcohol. She had been drinking. Whoa, no! You're not going to talk about that. Why not? Because you don't do your dirty laundry in public, because honor thy mother and thy father. Because one only has one mother. Well, we had one before you killed her. Okay. I'll jump ahead to the 2 weeks before I killed her. I was in rehearsals. I had a lead role at one of the big theaters. 2 weeks before the premiere, at 2 o'clock in the morning, my Sharoni, my sister, calls me. Hello? Dory, it's me. Sharoni? Makara? Oh, I forgot. She was born in America, so she hated talking in Hebrew. What happened? It's Ima, she's in the hospital. What? Why? What? Why? It was terrible, Dory. She almost died. Yeah? And they took her to the hospital. Yeah? She had pneumonia, Dory, and now she's on a respirator. Yeah? You've got to come here, Dory. No! I had a lead role at one of the big theaters. It was important to me. No, I'm not going. Besides, I hadn't talked to her for 25 years. What does she want? What does she want from me? She wants to see you, Dory. No, Dory. She might die. Oh, no. No. I'm not going. No. I'm not going.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end. No safety, no surprise, the end. I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be? So immense and free. Desperately in need of some stranger's hand.
Of course, I went to see her. Mama's boy. Left everything and flew to see her on her deathbed. And when I got there, I saw her quarreling with the nurses. She had an oxygen mask on, but it didn't prevent her from yelling at the nurses and demanding that she be put in another room. She can't take it anymore. The woman next to her is snoring. That's my mother, taking on the whole world, alive and kicking, after I left everything to see her dead. Blah, 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 and then you killed her. No, I won't have you judge me. I refuse to feel guilty. Then who should feel guilty? Me? I loved her! I did everything for her! I protected her! So we're explaining how bad. No! You're not gonna judge me! No! You're not gonna stop me from telling the story. There are still a lot of relevant issues. Her alcoholism. The fact that I ran away at the age of 16. I didn't speak to her for 25 years. Give me a hammer. You don't think it's relevant? No! You're a crybaby. Oh! You're a mama's boy. You always were. You followed her blindly, believing everything she told you. She pissed on you and you said, oh, hey, it's raining. You never wanted to hear the truth. Well, you don't have to hear the truth now either. No, you're not going to judge me. No. Hold it. Don't give it to me, even if I look like myself and ask, but just the whole thing. We're going to hear the truth, the whole truth. Yeah. Okay. I told you about the beatings, right? The fact that he beat me. Never mind. Truth is, it helped me. Helped. I mean, it toughened me up. Because when a 6, 7, 8-year-old gets beaten up by a grown-up, the worst has already happened. There's nothing to fear anymore. Ah, never mind, okay. All right. So let's talk about the alcoholism. All of a sudden, I'm not so sure. So she was an alcoholic. Every fourth person is an alcoholic, isn't he? On the other hand, they say every fourth person is Chinese. So what? When I was 12, I found her lying naked on the floor, completely drunk. She wouldn't budge, even after I slapped her. Did you ever see your mother naked at the age of 12? So I took her, well, I dragged her to her room and pulled her onto her bed. It took me almost a half an hour to cover a distance of 15 feet. Well, I was 12 and she was heavy like a corpse. That's how drunk she was. It reminds me of a story from the Bible. Do you know the Bible a bit? Noah, after the flood, he planted a vineyard and made wine. And then one day he lay naked in his tent, completely drunk, completely naked. So his sons, Shem and Yefet, came in to cover him, but they came in backwards, with their backs facing him so as not to shame him. Well, I didn't have that privilege with her. I saw her, right? I rubbed up against her. I had no choice. I had to get her into her bed before Itzik came back because I didn't